Hello everybody, welcome back to another episode of Final Fantasy X. We have just ran through our first kind of collision with Sin. We've started gathering some of our really good AP items, but right now we are about to break open Sin and fly inside. Once again, the cutscenes won't load.
Here we go!
But this is a particularly timed battle because we can't let him get his overdrive. If Sin gets its overdrive, it is an instant game over. And we are being slowly pulled towards Sin. So we need our faraway attackers with magic and ranged attacks like Waka to do damage as we're being pulled in slowly. But we have Riku with Holy, we have Lulu with Flare, we are grand. There is not a problem. See, 8,000 already. Waka's hitting for like quad 9s. So yeah, we're gonna be fine. I'm pretty sure if I was like more consistent, if I had just been using fires instead of flares, it wouldn't be as bad. But as you can see, it kind of every time it gets a turn, its overdrive goes up. But again, really cool for scan. It's 14. So yeah, 140,000. So we're not doing too bad. We're getting flare from our magic boosted Lulu. 12,000, not bad. And like Yuna has holy, so just blast it with that. See, it's already under. Sorry, 14,000. It's already under. Already under the limit there. So yeah, we're in no major rush ourselves. We're that kind of overpowered. We're gonna just make sure that everyone gets a turn. So next in comes Orin. He can have a wallop. Obviously, it still has that armored status. So Orin isn't doing as much. That counterattack can like randomly put on various different status ailments. So we're lucky kind of nothing scary happened there. And then in comes Riku. But I meant to click Roxas. And out he comes to give a power break or a quick hit. Probably should have done armor break, to be honest. Which is literally why Orin does it, but like would have been smarter to do it with Roxas. By the way, Roxas quick hit, so we can now just attack with a really quick recovery. And he's just chipping and chopping this boss to bits. And yeah, like there's nothing majorly scary. It's more so just the fact that if you don't do it in time, like if your faraway casters weren't leveled up and you have to wait for all your melee hitters to come in, you'd have a very, very short kind of a catch up to get to the boss. But yeah, 30,000. And then basically in the skipped cutscene, he like cracks open, they fly into Sin. And right now we are inside Sin, hunting for monsters and trying to find Yu Yevon on the inside.
Dan! Where are you?
We must go to him.
Then we will. Let me take front.
Good luck.
Follow me.
So yeah, it's kind of amazing the kind of growth of Tidus. That he's literally now like the leader, on point, tracking down his dad. He'll take point. You know, it's brilliant. Now we're gonna just start to go into monster capturing mode, just to what needs to be done. So I'm gonna kind of cut out those few little battles there, but realistically in this area, you're gonna, like, certain things are still the same. So like these are still the same flyers, but you have these mushroom things, they're new. And so we're at the stage now where our capture weapons, like if we could have gotten the break damage limit, we'd be like sorted, because certain enemies are going to have more than 999 HP. But yeah, it's literally just a case of going along, collecting the enemies when you can. But I will cut ahead. But yeah, like this is the last area the next, the only other place to really hunt heavily in is the Omega Ruins. But other than that, it's basically Sin and the Omega Ruins, and that's kind of it. But I kind of do spend maybe half an hour just on the high frequency of combat and just capture as much as I can. The real ones are the Geminis, the little fungi things, the little mushrooms, and there's also a behemoth as well, and then the eyeball things. We've kind of captured those already. So they're not really a priority if you've kind of captured them all in Manga Gazette. But you know, the monster capturing needs to be done, so the more you can do of it, like obviously the less stress you'll have later on. And obviously it's just knowing what enemies are where, and generally speaking, like when I fought the behemoth earlier, if you kind of find a general spot that they spawn, just kind of run in that rough area and they'll more than likely spawn again, you know? It is ultimately randomly generated, but like, you know, just knowing where they can be found is half the battle, you know? Like certain fiends only spawn in certain zones of an area, you know? But once that's all done, it's a bit of a maze with lots of branching paths, but once you stick to the eye, the like little Eye of Yevon symbols, they generally will not lead you too far astray. And you just kind of roughly go through the little spiraling tunnels. It's basically giving you a path from the airship to, you know, deeper into Sin. And all those little branching paths are basically distractions or to get you to items. But yeah, we've come a long way. Like this is literally like the final end game dungeon, you know? And I don't really spend that much time here. Like I spent a good bit of time monster capturing, but like other than that, it's on terms of the YouTube time and space here, it's not a very long time. But it's like amazing music, it's amazing visuals, like all the like Yevon symbolism and stuff. And obviously what's neat is like the Omega dungeon, but like this is the first kind of place you're forced to go where there is no map. You kind of have to like forage the map yourselves as you're kind of moving forward, you know? So that's pretty neat. And what's going to be really cool now is the upcoming boss fight, because obviously, you know, this is kind of like boss rush after boss rush after boss rush, these episodes. But as you can see over beyond in the bit of the distance, you can see a familiar looking staff, a familiar looking scepter from a particular Guado that we used to know. And once again, just at this point, just follow the spirals, like the Yevon writing, and eventually you will be led forward to these set of stairs. Use the save point, you do not want to have to redo all those bosses. And take a breath, take the plunge as we journey deeper into Sin to fight an old adversary. But we cannot judge the 3-peat boss because his music absolutely slaps.
Don't you ever give up?
Sin has chosen me. I am part of Sin. I am one with Sin forever. Immortal.
Sin just absorbed you.
I will learn to control it from within. I have all the time in the world. Since you were gracious enough to dispose of Yunalesca, the only means of destroying Sin is forever gone. Now nothing can stop us.
Well, we can.
By all means, try. You should thank me. Your death means your father's life.
Oh, the music's already starting good. Now, if you are particularly, like, not as high level as my character is, the main gimmick of this boss fight is there's 4 platforms behind Seymour. You can use Waka to strike one of the 4 circles behind him, And essentially, what those 4 things do is that every turn Seymour the boss has, he does a spell, 4 spell multicast, and the 4 objects behind him determine the power. So 4 reds facing into Seymour is 4 Firagas. If you change one of the circles to lightning or something else, the spell, it'll go Firaga, and then Thundara. And so if you kind of change them all to different things, it would mix up his power and strength of his spells. But like that, you can put Null Blaze on and it can get rid of an awful lot of the problems you can have. But once again, you kind of know what spells he's going to do. And I believe he also takes on the elemental weaknesses as well. So he is currently very, very firelicious, but also very, very weak to the blizzard. But if you were like me and gathered the extra Aeons and such, we can get a really cool, unique interaction with a particular Aeon. And I think you can guess who she is. But again, make sure everybody gets a turn. And like again, I think I might have said this in earlier parts of the Let's Plays. But yeah, like I kind of wasn't doing it recently enough, but like yeah, try and steal as much as you can, because like the enemies do legitimately have like good items for customizing and stuff. Once again, Strike a Waka, and now it's moved to Lightning. And sorry, with the scan it actually tells us. So with the scan, now that we've moved Seymour's thing, he absorbs fire, but takes half damage from lightning. But now we're gonna Grand Summon Anima. Mommy is going to punish her son. And like the absolute symbolism, like, you know, Seymour pulling this out in like Makalania trying to kill Yuna, and now she's like, bitch, your mom wants to talk.
You would oppose me as well? So be it.
Yeah, so you get that unique bit of dialogue. And now we get Anima's Overdrive Oblivion. Doing serious damage. But yeah, since he did an overdrive, he can just do repeated spell. So it's a bit overkill. But Anima does some serious damage. That's always cool. But we have. And that's the one cool thing, switching your weapons is a really quick, like, CTB cooldown. So we could switch weapons, go in for a Blitz Ace, let Tidus go absolutely ham, and hack away at Seymour for all the bullshit he has done. bam! I think he has like a resistance to overdrives particularly, because like that wasn't a lot of damage. And now he has entered Ultima mode, so he kind of has a glow. He dispels all your positives. And then after that, he is going to basically use Ultima, a very, very powerful spell. So now's the time when you're kind of like, oh, we should definitely like, you know, put up Shell, put up Regen, Heal, what have you. But I'm pretty sure the girls have like their sphere grades max, so our casters at the very least have high magic defense. They're going to be fine. Like if Riku had an overdrive, she could throw up a bunch of different things. So I kind of debate for too long a time as to like what in particular I will do, and yeah, like basically I was like, oh, like what I'm gonna use. The Tetra Elemental probably could have like been useful at like the start of the fight because it gives null to all the elements to all the party, but don't try that. Basically, there's no fix to Magic Break. He can't be weakened, but good of you to know that if you're watching ahead of time. And oh, the graphical issues, guys. Like, Unit is just a floating stick right now. Oh lord. But yeah. Bad potion, heal us all up, and we're getting close now to the end. As I say, I didn't have God Hand equipped. That was my fault. We were capturing monsters. So in one final blast of holy, Seymour is gone. So, we now finally get to get rid of this motherfucker for good. It's been what, like 6 battles with him? Absolutely ridiculousness. Oh, graphical issues, why? But anyway, Unit is finally able to send goodbye. Just evaporate this feed of a man.
So, it is you, after all, who will send me. But even after I am gone, Spira's sorrow will prevail.
It is nice to see Nirvana in the cutscene though.
Sin will be right behind you.
All the work that we did to get it. Nice bit of AP for everybody. And a nice haste ring. So in this area here, this is actually the last area of the game. And the last area with unique monsters in it. But if we quickly trek back to the Monster Coliseum, we get a new species conquest creation with the Sleep Sprout, who is able to immediately get an ambush, do tons of damage, apply tons of different status effects, and kill us in one hit. So like by the end of the game, it's like it's not even about your stats, it's actually about your status protection. Like Berserk Proof. poison proof, sleep proof, dark proof, like all these different poisons and like status abilities are really bad. So next up then is that he's saying, oh, we just need one more species to defeat to have. Oh, excuse me. We only have one more fiend left to capture in Sin to get the whole area conquest done, and that fiend is Barbatos. It's in the final area of the game. He's like a big armored shelly boy that can only be found in that kind of back area of Sin past the Seymour fight area. So cutting ahead to there, we get out our capture weapons and go on the hunt, and you can literally just like, you know, go here and you can find all the encounters. But once again, these guys are also available in like the Omega Ruins, but they're just slightly less deadly here. That's kind of the go-to, you know, line for an awful lot of the fiends here, is the fact that you can find them also in the Omega Ruins, but in the Omega Ruins they're more dangerous. Like, prime example is the Great Marlborough, which in the Omega Ruins will always get an ambush, will always use Bad Breath, and will like wipe your party. Again, without that status protection, you're kind of doomed. But in the Omega Ruins, like, you can get preemptive strikes, it doesn't always ambush, it mightn't use Bad Breath. So while Sin is definitely has high level mobs, they are not as dangerous. And as you see here in this fight, you can use items like Silence Grenade and stuff like that to give yourself a bit of an advantage. But again, just capture your way, get more mana shards for boosting anima. But here is the final fiend of the run, bar the couple we have to capture in the Omega Ruins. We are not going to capture all of them because our reward for getting them all is 99 dark matters, which we do not want to get yet. We're going to basically do an awful lot of grinding for our really good AP weapons. We're going to be grinding for stat spheres, and odds are you're going to get 99 dark matters without really grinding that much. Like, you maybe, like, I'll be honest, I got to like 89 before I kind of thought, okay, I'm just going to quickly fight this particular quick fiend to try and farm the last couple of dark matters. But I actually ended up with 99 dark matters, using it to make a ribbon armor, and then handing in the completed quest to get another set of ribbon armor. And I've actually managed to make 3 so far, like, by myself. But once again, another fiend to fight from collecting everything inside Sin. He has Auto Reflect already on, so casting magic at him, we'll just cast it back at us. And even if you were to cast your elemental spells at somebody on our team that had Reflect to bounce it to him, he has like no protection on nearly all the elements, so like that's going to be a bit of a bother. And basically for the first little while he'll just do counter attacks with single target magic spells and stuff, but I mean, spoiler alert, we don't really win this one. He kind of does an AoE attack on him or all obliterate. But as I say, I would be curious if you leave like a comment. What would you like in terms of, you know, the creature creations, the, you know, area conquest, the species conquest special monsters? Like, I don't mind fighting each of them and kind of going through, this is kind of what I can do, this is the type of stuff you need to kind of watch out for. Is that something you would like to see on the channel? Or would you rather like a bunch of videos just on... No, just show us like the final enemy fight. Because there is a special fiend that you have to beat all the other created creatures to unlock him. Like, we basically, like, we got to the point in the game where I'm at in present time. Like, all of the creatures are in, and so there's literally just one left. But the only reason there's one left is because I haven't beaten all of the other creations and creatures that he has seen. And now, like, you know, realistically, this is just showing you like the strength of some of these monsters, you know? Like, we are not low level by any means. Like, we could go and beat the end of the game fairly handy with our different setups and stuff. But like, bam, he just walks up, one quick attack, 43,000. Like, we're not even in the realm where we are able to, you know, reduce the damage enough that like it could even be like survivable, you know? And then like that, just fires off damage in the 20,000s that also poisons and does other negative statuses, and we're just wiped out. So we definitely need to grind up, you know? But right now, what we need to do specifically is what we want to do now is we want to basically grind One Eye. Like, that's just the goal. Is grind One Eye, get our really good weapons, and then once we have the good weapons, grind the Don Tombury trick for infinite AP. So basically for our Phoenix armor, we're going to want to just wait for ribbon. But we got the 99 winning formulas, and so we want to put them onto our 3 main people, that is Riku, Waka and Yuna. And once we have that, it's basically 9 times experience. So Riku was originally getting like 30 levels. With this now, she's going to roughly estimate like nearly just about double, that's like 75 or so levels, you know, with the same kind of carry on. And we're just going to show you guys like how quick this can be with like fighting One Eye. So with the right setup, step 1, we've had no ambush, brilliant. Auron has 1 HP, also brilliant. Does damage in the 50,000s, that's grand. But now Riku with a max HP is kind of doing around the 20,000s, and then so we're actually fast enough that we're able to just, once we're not ambushed, attack with Auron with low health, attack with the other 2 with like full health, and then bam bam, overkill, painkiller blade. We're just going to quickly check, does that have you know, the ability and the 2 free slots? And like, there was another failed attempt at a 3-slot weapon for Titus. Just sell them. Like, the battle itself isn't as expensive as the equipment it drops, so you will just be generating constant revenue from this. And especially when you already get like a 3-slot weapon once already. So then you're like, oh, if I get any duplicates, I can just sell them, and they sell for loads anyway. So like, it's literally a really, really handy money glitch, not glitch, but like exploit, to get really good amounts of gil. And you're also doubling down on the fact that like, we will have to max magic defense eventually. And here's a quick fiend, you're grinding out for money and then getting, like, I remember I had the point where I had 99 magic defense spheres, and they were like, I was just keep on fighting him and just getting, you know, like, there was nothing else I could get, bar the odd dark matter, you know? But yeah, bam bam bam, overkill, get the 2 magic defense spheres, and now we have another Durandal. We're going to check if the Durandal has 3 slots. It does. Perfection. Drop out to the customization menu, upgrade that, and right now we have Riku with a perfect AP weapon and Titus with a perfect AP weapon. And basically off screen it's doing that fight, getting the different weapons, upgrading them with the Door to Tomorrow, which we can give to all of our characters, and then Triple Overdrive, which we can only give to 3. But our 3 we're going to get them to is Titus, Waka, Riku.